Here's Delivio. It's over the head of Ciro Ferrara and away by Piacentini. 3 is Torricelli. Good period of pressure this for Juventus. Delivio again. Serena's a defender. Del Piero! He doesn't score many headed goals, but he gives Juventus the lead 10 minutes in. It was a wonderfully flighted cross here by Angelo Delivio. And Del Piero, who scored the winner in last season's corresponding fixture, has done it again. Schwartz. That's a great ball in towards Baiano. Battistuta's up, calling for the ball. This is Batistuta. He was always stretching to get on to the pass by Baiano. And did well to get an accurate shot on goal. In the end, it was all routine for Peruzzi. So what can Juve do from this free kick? Del Piero standing over the ball. And this is Vialli. Oh, he really gave it a smack then. And Toldo was at full stretch to ensure Juventus didn't double their lead. It's normally Del Piero arrowing these free kicks towards goal. Free kick then to Fiorentina. It's a lovely flick on. This is Cois. Wonderful save by Peruzzi. You can see now why he's Italy's first-choice goalkeeper. Cois ghosted into this inside left position, but was denied by Peruzzi. Torricelli. Schwartz. Oh, this is Vialli. And this is Delivio. And that's a desperately disappointing finish. And Delivio knows it. He couldn't even force a save out of Toldo. And the pass from Vialli invited a better shot than this. Bigica. And this is Del Piero. Out through to Vialli, who's onside. Delivio's arriving inside the box. Delivio. A suspicion of handball against Serena, but little more. Vialli did ever so well to drag the ball back when Amoruso challenged him there. Watch out for number 7, Delivio. It was Serena who got the ball away. Adelino helps it forward. Ferrara. Jugovic. Paulo Sousa now. Paulo Sousa. Del Piero. This is Vialli. Good stop by Toldo. That was a difficult save from the Fiorentina goalkeeper. Low down to his left to deny Vialli Juve's second goal of the match. It was a very, very good stop. Serena. Not long left now. And Fiorentina could be caught out now. This is Paulo Sousa. Vialli. Deschamps to his right. Vialli's onside. It's one-on-one. He's still dragged it back off. It just needed the merest of touches. And Toldo did ever so well then. The Fiorentina goalkeeper spread his giant frame and made life for Vialli very hard indeed. Toldo made sure Vialli went the long way round to goal, and there wasn't a colleague there to help him out.
So Juventus gain a much-needed victory over Fiorentina. Elsewhere, the evening clash saw Torino visit Cagliari, while fourth-place Lazio took on struggling Cremonese at the Stadio Olimpico. But we start our roundup with Sampdoria's visit to Atalanta. Here's Gary Bloom.
Atalanta and Sampdoria provided the Italian top flight with the most thrilling match in Week 10. Sampdoria scored the first of the game's 5 goals midway through the first half. Maniero claimed his 5th of the season. The home side were denied an instant equaliser when Rotella's effort was tipped over by Pagotto. But the Italian under-21 keeper couldn't keep out Herrera's free kick shortly before half-time, as the Uruguayan international claimed his first goal for his new club following his move from Cagliari. Sampdoria took the lead for the second time after 63 minutes. Seedorf scored for the first time in Serie A. The home side levelled the score again with 13 minutes remaining. Karambeur unwittingly directed his header into his own net. It was now 2-2. Shortly afterwards, Sampdoria's teenage defender, Pesaresi, was sent off for his tackle from behind. Atalanta found the winner in the very last minute, courtesy of Tovoglieri, who scored his first 2 goals of the season last time out against his former club Bari. He's now in a different jersey, but the celebration remains the same. Even without the suspended Oliver Bierhoff, Udinese created numerous chances away to Inter, who had Pagliuca in fine form. Inter didn't really get going until the second half, after the introduction of Maurizio Gans. It was from the striker's shot that Marco Branca converted the rebound to score on his Inter debut following his recent move from Roma. There were just 14 minutes left in the game when Inter were awarded a free kick on the edge of Udinese's penalty area. Enter Benito Carboni to score his first Serie A goal since moving from Napoli last summer. Perhaps the goalkeeper was deceived by the presence of Roberto Carlos, who left the kick to his teammate. Here, Carboni innings combined delightfully before the England international was brought down for another free kick outside the box. This time Battistini wasn't fooled by the shot, which was struck by Gans. Having enjoyed 3 spells as an Udinese player, perhaps Branca felt a little sympathy for his former colleagues, and with a tackle a rugby player would have been proud of, gave Udinese the chance to pull a goal back from the penalty spot with 11 minutes remaining. Giovanni Bia scored, but Inter still won their first Serie A game under Roy Hodgson. On paper, this match promised a comfortable Lazio victory against Cremonese, but it was far from that despite Winter's opener 28 minutes in. There was little to choose between the two sides. Petracchi was denied an equaliser by both the goalkeeper and an upright. Lazio escaped. Franco Mancini was making his debut in Lazio's goal after signing from Foggia. He was kept busy all afternoon. Lazio needed the cushion of a 2-goal lead. Casiraghi obliged with a close-range effort to take his tally to 9 goals in just 12 games in all competitions. Negro supplied the cross. Cremonese were awarded a penalty after 72 minutes. Bergodi brought down Gian De Baggi, and from the spot, Maspero scored his 4th goal of the season. Signori, who had another quiet game by his standards, came close to raising one of the loudest cheers of the afternoon. Lazio managed to claim maximum points. They had Jose Chamot to thank for that. His goal line clearance from Fantini's header kept the score at 2-1. A 1-minute silence preceded this game following the Mafia's murder of a small child on the outskirts of Naples. Once the match got underway, it was Vicenza who opened the scoring. Otero took advantage of a defensive blunder by Andre Cruz. Napoli have suffered just 1 defeat in Serie A this season. Before this game, had won just once in 5 outings. Scoring goals has become a real problem for Boscov's side. Imbriani, who missed that earlier chance, created this opening for Agostini, who finally remembered how to hit the target. The Condor hadn't scored for 2 months. Early in the second half, Vicenza had Maurizio Rossi sent off after his second cautionable offence. And Napoli stepped up again. Ayala stepped up from the back, only to see his header come back off the crossbar. Busso's exquisite skill then led to another opportunity. Mondini in Vicenza's goal was having the game of his life. For all Napoli's dominance, Vicenza had the best chance to claim 3 points towards the end. Ayala was reckless in his challenge on Otero, and the away side were awarded a penalty. Incidentally, we'd yet to see a penalty saved in Serie A this season. Tony Latella made sure it was about time we did see one. He denied Maini, and it ended 1-1. Bari had lost every away game this season, while Padova had yet to register their first win in Serie A. Something had to give, and after 3 minutes, Amoruso gave Padova the lead. Bari paraded their new signing from Sheffield Wednesday, Klaus Ingerson. Heading the ball, obviously, isn't his forte. Padova almost doubled their advantage before the break. Amoruso was denied his second goal by Alberga in Bari's goal. Serie A's leading scorer, Igor Proti, is gradually going off the boil. Padova were bubbling early in the second half. Ciocci extended their lead with an outstanding goal. This was his second in 3 games. Bari were heading for their 3rd straight defeat, and they were probably resigned to that after Ricci's goal-bound effort was cleared by Gianpietro. It all got a bit too much for Proti. He was brought down in the penalty area, but was awarded a red card for dissent instead of a penalty. Padova have one of the brightest prospects in the Italian game. How about this for a finish by Amoruso to secure a 3-0 win? Despite their unimpressive start, Roma hadn't lost away this season. Surprisingly, Piacenza gave them their sternest test to date on the road. Roma kept Fonseca on the bench. Del Vecchio made his Roma debut, pulling his switch from Inter. The match was just 18 minutes old when Piacenza opened the scoring. Disappointing Roma defending allowed Di Francesco to score his first goal in the top flight. Incidentally, Aldair was missing due to illness. Catcher made it all possible with his flighted cross from the left. Half a dozen Roma players were caught ball watching. Just before half-time, Roma's problems were compounded when Annoni was sent off. He was booked for the second time. Nothing changed after the interval. Roma went down to their first defeat in 2 months. Perhaps Torino thought a change to their away colours would also give out a change in fortune. They haven't won outside the Della Alpi Stadium since March. Fiore in Cagliari's goal was determined to keep it that way. The home side scored the only goal of the game after 38 minutes. Dario Silva powered home a header to score for the second time in Serie A since his signing from Penarol. The marking was questionable in Torino's defence. 2 players allowed the Uruguayan to make contact. From a similar position, Abedi Pele's header produced a spectacular save from Fiore in the second half. Meanwhile, at the other end, Dario Silva almost crowned his performance with his second goal. In stoppage time at the end of the game, the Sardinians were denied what they thought was a penalty. I wonder if the viewers watching this live on Italian television saw it that way. It ended 1-0 to Cagliari. There's still nothing separating Milan and Parma at the top of Serie A. Both clubs continue to lead by 2 points, this time from Lazio, who move above Fiorentina. Juventus climbed 2 places and are now back to within 4 points of the Serie A summit. Roma's unexpected defeat at Piacenza sees them slip back into the bottom half of the table, while Cagliari's 3rd win of the season has enabled Trapattoni's side to join the team they beat on Sunday, Torino, on 10 points. Cremonese have now replaced Padova at the foot of the table. Bari's Igor Proti continues to lead the scorers charts with 8 goals. Fortunately for him, Oliver Bierhoff didn't play at the weekend. Amoruso's 2 goals against Bari moves the under-21 international ahead of half a dozen players on 5. And we leave you with the exploits of a 17-year-old goalkeeper, Gianluigi Buffon, whose heroics for Parma ensured his team stayed neck and neck with Milan, the head of Serie A.